This is the Goode Show.
Welcome to this week's episode. My name's Surinder. I am your host, and this is the Goode Show. Now, like any other military spouse, I'm always out there looking for a deal, seeing how far my dollar can stretch. So today, I've got the pleasure and the privilege of coming to the GOVX offices, and I'm sitting here with Aaron Pelander, Chief Brand Officer for GOVX. Hello, how are you?
I'm great. Thanks for being here, Surinder.
Well, thanks for having us here. It's a great office. It's a beautiful structure, and everybody inside here is very casual, relaxed, seems very happy.
Yeah, we're a happy team.
That's good. That's important. So GOVX has become a go-to for military. What is the deeper mission behind it, though? Because you support the military. In fact, you tell us what, because there's certain categories that GOVX supports.
Yeah. So military, first responders, government employees, emergency medical personnel. So those that serve our communities and serve our country, that's who we work for. We just passed 12 million members a month or two ago. So, it's grown a lot over the almost 15 years that we've been in business. And, we're a shopping site, discount site, like you said. We are a business, and we have grown along the way, but our business has allowed us to do more beyond just discounts, which is, kind of what we're based around. But as we've grown, it's allowed us to do more in terms of giving back. And that's something that we take a lot of pride in. And it just kind of has snowballed, especially over these last few years, so that our GOVX Gives Back campaign and initiative is something that's a focus of the company, and it's meaningful dollars to nonprofits that we're able to give every month now.
Now, the GOVX Gives Back, I don't think there's enough people out there that know and understand that you do that. Because again, a lot of people go to the site, they're thinking about a discount. Tell us about GOVX Gives Back. How did you come about that mission? Where did that start?
So we started it in 2015. So we're, we passed the 10-year mark of running it. It's had different variations over the course of time. When we first started it, we allowed the GOVX community to vote on which nonprofit they wanted us to support from a group of 4, and then that's who we would support. We changed it to then be based around, we do a patch of the month program. Our members love patches, and we come up with a lot of cool designs, and the proceeds from that patch were what funded GOVX Gives Back for a period of time. Where we are now, I think, is the best version of what we've done, and it's also been the biggest impact. It's just a percentage of our proceeds each month. So, there's only 12 nonprofits that we can support with this monthly campaign, and so that's one kind of main part of GOVX Gives Back. But in addition to that, we do things like quarterly fundraisers. So, asking the community to fundraise for a specific nonprofit in hopes of winning a grand prize. It could be a cruise. It could be a week-long hunting trip in Utah, things like that. Those are kind of the ancillary campaigns that we've done. And then in addition to that, it's just one-off support. So we realize that, only 12 monthly recipients is not enough. So there's things that we're doing throughout the year. The awards gala that's coming up, golf tournaments here and there, military spouse events. Like, if there's anything that we can do that is outside of that monthly campaign, that's something that we add in. So, the monthly campaigns are the biggest component of Gives Back, but it's become kind of this multi-pronged initiative for us, and it's a challenge because we want to say yes to everybody, and we do as many as we can. And if we can't support it financially, we try to support it with product, or involving our brand partners as well. So I could go on about it.
Yeah.
But
No, I'm glad you did mention that, how you support it, because you guys have, the past couple of years, supported one of the spouse initiatives that I have in San Diego with West Coast CPO Spouse.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go back. Go back to the beginning of GOVX though. It's an online retailer for first responders, teachers, for government employees. Where did that idea come from? That okay, this is the demographic we're going to serve.
Yeah. So the long story is that there were 3 original founders of GOVX.
Mm-hmm.
One of them in particular started what eventually became Oakley Standard Issue. So Oakley sunglasses, their military kind of division.
Okay.
So he was selling discounted Oakley to direct to the military. When that phase of his career ended, he still had the same passion for serving his community, and his initial ambition was to do it in a different way, where it was actually not for on-duty type purposes, but
Mm-hmm.
more for the initial tagline for GOVX was life after work.
Okay.
And so it's supposed to be things that you would use in your free time.
Mm-hmm.
And being based in Southern California, a lot of the early stuff was like skate and surf brands, and still sunglasses, but not the Oakley tactical type sunglasses. But the point of all of it at the beginning was, how do we continue to focus on the service community with giving them the best deals possible on the things that they care about, and so that never really changed. Our catalog is obviously expanded beyond surf and skate brands, but that's how things kind of started in 2011.
See, to me, it's such a simple idea, really, isn't it? We're going to serve the military, and this has grown. It's grown really fast. I mean, I know you said it's been like 10, 11 years, 15 years,
Mm-hmm.
but when you look at a company and you look at the size of this now, I mean, that's a fast growth right there,
Yeah, I'd say it's been a slow, fast build. Just like anything, building something from the start, as you know, it takes persistence and consistency and hard work over a long period of time. And I think the last couple of years for GOVX, whether it's the number of members we have now or the number of brands we have on the website, there's been some sort of kind of tipping point, and so our momentum has picked up a little bit.
I think your commercials help, I have to be honest with you.
Right, yeah, well, they do for sure, but we wouldn't have been able to do commercials if we hadn't been building to the point where we were able to do that.
Yeah.
And I've been here for almost 12 years, and it's been a lot of fun, a lot of learning, a lot of embedding ourselves in the community, but it hasn't been easy. It takes a lot of effort to get the company to where it is now, and I'm thankful that we've gotten to a point where we're able to do TV commercials and more GOVX Gives Back campaigns and more sponsorship stuff, so that more people see us and find out about us. But all of that is built on 15 years of grinding.
And I think the thing with your commercials is that what you guys have done as a company culture, I think that's the right word, the way you guys put stuff out, it's not serious, but it's serious. Somebody made a comment to me about getting an email from GOVX, and they said it was the funniest email that they received. And it actually prompted them to create the account and to become a customer.
Good. That's what we hope to hear, I guess. The thing about marketing in general is yes, we are a shopping site.
Yeah.
We're also aware that 95% of the time you are not trying to buy something at any given moment.
Yeah.
And so even if you're opening up our email and it's not something that you're interested in on that day to purchase, hopefully we can entertain you a little bit or provide some sort of unique tone of voice. And that's been a goal of ours since the beginning in things like email. And as far as like video goes, whether it's social media, YouTube, now TV, same thing. It's like, can we have some element of entertainment that still gets the point across of, here's who we serve and what we do as a company.
I think it's that connection that happens as a result of how you're marketing GOVX. But when we go to military spouses, when I talk to military spouses and I say, okay, you need to go and, join GOVX, the thing that worries us sometimes is because of the world it is today, there is a eligibility verification that one has to go through.
Mm-hmm.
And that concerns a lot of spouses. So and I wrote down the question, I should just read the question. When you're signing up on the platform, how do we know, because this is a concern of ours sometimes, how do we know that our information's safe? Like, it's you get these entities like ID Me, and there's a couple of others that I can't remember off the top of my head, but they have to go through that procedure. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
I know, is there a part where the DD2114 has to be scanned or that kind of proof? And I ask you that because when I joined, yes, I am a member. When I don't remember, because you actually created the account for me, I think. So when spouses go to create the account, ID Me is what they have to go through to get the eligibility. Is there any eligibility? How do they get?
Yeah, so one point of clarification is
Yeah.
ID Me is a different company.
Okay.
So we do some similar things in terms of verification.
Yeah.
But ID Me is a different company. We don't use ID Me. So we use our own internal verification, which is GOVX ID. The other company that's kind of in the space, there's a couple, but Sheer ID, Verify Pass. There's a couple of different companies that do identity management.
But yours is in-house.
Yeah, I mean, so as far as what we do, it depends on which occupation you're verifying as.
Uh-huh.
So for military, I'll get to spouses in a second, but for military, if you've served since 1984, there's a database that can be queried that is the easiest and fastest way to be verified.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple pieces of information that have to be provided, but there's no document upload or anything like that. If that doesn't work for any reason, you served prior to 1984, or there can't be a match confirmed, then document upload is the best next option. Mm-hmm. That's also true for first responders. And the document upload, it doesn't have to be just DD214. Mm-hmm. I mean, it could be if you're in a state that has the veteran indication on your driver's license. That is proof that you've served as well. And we've spent a lot of time on the technology to read these documents. In the beginning of GOVX, I mean, it was literally a room of humans looking at each individual thing and trying to confirm if it's right or not. A lot of that can be automated these days thanks to technology, but there's still at a fallback level human intervention if there needs to be. There's also even some email verification paths if you're at a .mil or .gov type email address. Mm-hmm. That's another way through a huge whitelist of domains that we know are valid that you can be verified. So just to recap, depends on which job you're verifying for. There's different ways, but the other point around security and safety is nothing is stored. Once you're verified, you're verified. We're not, we're protecting access to the shopping site. We don't need to hold on to your information once we've said, yes, you are who you say you are. So there's not, there shouldn't be any concern around what are you doing with my document or what are you doing with my information afterwards, because we don't keep them.
You don't keep them. That, again, that security piece is kind of important in the community.
For sure.
So it's good to know that, again, you don't need to keep that information. When people sign up, are people surprised by the brands that you've got? I
think I think I hear more these days is somebody that created an account in 2013 mm-hmm. and maybe that's the last time they checked it and they see our emails come through or whatever, but maybe they've just not re-engaged and now a decade plus has passed and so they'll say I haven't been on there in a while. It's like we should go check it out because we now have over 2,000 almost 3,000 brands on the website. It's a combination of brands that you'll purchase through our checkout flow, and also ones where we're showing you the product, but you're actually linking over to the brand site to check out. In addition to, I mean, you know this already, but tickets and travel is a really big part of what we do these days. And so, again, somebody that looked at GOVX 10 years ago and saw a handful of sunglass brands and 511 Tactical would be surprised to now see I can get the Disneyland military ticket offers through GOVX. I can get a great deal on a cruise. I can get tickets to go see the Padres. I mean, there's a whole bunch of things that we offer now. And as all this kind of works together, like going back to the TV commercials, as we've become more known, not just within the service community, but our membership has grown, and that's been true. At the same time, more brands know who we are. And so we have a team here that's reaching out to brands to say, you should be supporting this community, come on to GOVX. But also increasingly brands are reaching out to us because they recognize us, they see us, and they want to be a part of it.
Now, listen, I wasn't going to mention this until later on in the podcast, but you used the word. So I need to know, talk to me about your flow. There is the rumor mill. What you got your own kind of flow here? So
no, it's just the hair. That's the flow is the word for it, I guess. But I don't know. I have long hair. Most people don't have long hair. It was a COVID era starting point, I guess, where it was, we're all locked down, and I was approaching my 40th birthday at that time, and my dad is bald, and so I figure I might as well cross 40 with the most hair I've ever had. And I just kind of let it go, and here we are, 6 years later. My wife loves it, and so she would be appalled if I were to cut it at this point. So it's unique because, in both business settings and in military settings, I'm the only person in the room with long hair. Yes. But I'll say it's distinctive, and people remember me. So.
Oh, yeah, because what is it they say in the military? And my husband still says it today, your hair should not touch your ears.
It's not for everybody, but it's I'm comfortable with who I am.
Your hair was the last thing I thought you were going to say about the flow, because the whole time I've been thinking, okay, he's got some kind of flow going on there.
The flow is the hair, yeah.
Listen, we talk a lot about military spouses, right, on the Goode Show. So how would you say GOVX supports spouses specifically? I know, again, you support through our event for the West Coast CPO spouse event. August 15th, don't forget, you need to register. How else does GOVX specifically support spouses?
Well, the first thing I'll say is that, and I appreciate you always helping with this, but we need to do a better job of getting the word out that spouses are eligible for GOVX. So not only can a service member add their spouse to their account, spouses can just go to govx.com and register for themselves with their own account as a spouse. And we have I think we've done a better job over the course of time of communicating that, but we have a ton of room for improvement still. One way that we're trying to do that more now, in general, we're working with a lot of people just around ambassadors, content creators, influencers, whatever you want to call them. But military spouses has been a key focus for us on that front. Is can we find people from the community that know us already, are using us, that like us, and can authentically talk about the value they're getting from GOVX. We're trying to do that more and more. And so a lot of that comes through in video content that we're able to use organically, they're posting organically, and that we're also able to use for advertisements on social, so that we're broadcasting this message.
I'm glad you said that, because I know a lot of spouses believe, for whatever reason, okay, my guy is, or the active duty service member or the veteran needs to create the account, and it goes through them. So it's good to know that you can independently create your own account and, do whatever it is that you need to be doing.
That's right. So, and in terms of events, you bring some of these to us with MilSpouse Fest now as well. Those types of events through MIC and whatnot. Like we're trying to support as many of those as we can. Not that that's like the end all be all for the spouse community, but doing a better job these days of finding those opportunities and showing up.
Now, the spouses that are members of GOVX, do you see them engaging differently on your platform?
Yes and no. I mean, one thing that's been interesting is, well, first of all, 10 years ago, like the male-female split of our membership would have been like 90%, 10%.
Yeah.
And that has changed a lot over, especially the last 5 years. I'd say it's probably closer to 75-25 now, 70-30, but it's closing every month. And some of that is not just due to what we're doing internally, but through the partnerships that we have. So I mentioned the Disneyland offer already. I mean, it's not uncommon for the spouse to be kind of organizing that family trip.
Yeah.
We work with Margaritaville at Sea cruise line. They do a hero sale free program. So there's free cabins, and there's also like significantly discounted cabin rates. And even though it's Margaritaville, it's a family-friendly cruise, and we see that the spouse members, often same as Disneyland, are the ones kind of taking the lead on organizing and planning that type of family trip. In general, I'd say, again, going back to 15 years ago where it was, active duty, military service member buying Oakley tactical sunglasses and 511 tactical pants. Now GOVX is much more like, what does the family need?
Yes.
And that's bringing the spouses in at a higher rate than they used to.
I've always said that the military spouses, we are the backbone to the backbone, and I remind people all the time that we're the ones that really control the budget strings, because we're here paying the bills or whatever. And sometimes I think people don't realize that or understand that for some reason. So I think it's what you guys have done here at GOVX with, again, supporting and getting the word out for spouses. It creates some kind of independence for them, knowing that they don't have to rely on their guy.
Yeah.
Okay, I love that. And beyond the discounts, I mean, yes, I don't even like the word discount, that, to be honest with you. But besides the discounts and the charitable stuff, you guys do a lot more behind the scenes for community. I mean, I see you guys everywhere at events that sometimes I'm like, oh wow, GOVX is here, and in San Diego, I've noticed there's a bigger push, a bigger drive to get the word out. Do you think that because it started off maybe a male brand, can I say that?
Sure.
Yeah, that it's that's been what's been in the way of getting spouses to sign up, because now you guys also support teachers. Okay, and I did not know that. Hey, Tiffany Hobbs, they support teachers now, girlfriends, so you need to go on and register. My sister-in-law is a special ed teacher in North Carolina.
All right.
And she said to me as well, she said, but I don't think I can log on because I'm not military.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes, you can now. Where did you bring teachers into the fold? Like, why and how, and because predominantly teachers are mostly female.
Yeah, so there's, I'll start here. There's 12 million members. About half of the members are military affiliated. So active duty, veteran, military family. Law enforcement, firefighters, EMS, paramedic, like that kind of first responder segment has always been kind of number two, and also very loyal customers that for whatever reason, firefighters and law enforcement have always just shopped a lot on GOVX. Government and groups like nurses and other emergency medical hospital professionals, these are segments that have grown a lot for us. Public school teachers are government employees, and so they've actually always been eligible.
Oh.
It's just that it's become kind of more to the surface and more known. And back to what I was saying about some of these partnerships, like Margaritaville at Sea, for example, those partners going out and broadcasting the message that public school teachers are eligible, nurses are eligible, government employees are eligible. That has brought in a lot of new members, to GOVX that haven't always been kind of the core segment for us because, like I said, we really started in that military and first responder space. But things have changed over these last couple of years. I mean, the makeup of our membership has shifted. It continues to shift quite a bit. And so we have to make sure that we're doing everything we can to put the right content, brands and products, messaging in front of an increasingly diverse membership base. Some of that is we try to tackle through humor and entertainment and making sure we have representation of all of the different groups and what we're putting out. And as the brand catalog has grown and more brands seek out being a partner of GOVX, that allows us to have something for everybody as well. So it really is becoming more of a how do we cater to the whole family.
I like that that it's a family. You call it a family. Prior to coming on to GOVX, did you have any military affiliation, first responder affiliation? Did you have any?
Really, honestly, little. Family members, cousins, uncles, grandparents have all served, but for myself personally, I didn't.
So what have you learned?
Well, like I said, I've been here for going on 12 years now. I think that I've really embedded myself in the community. You said, we're at a lot of events. I try to go to as many things as I can here in San Diego, but really nationally, connecting with people like you, and really getting to know what it is that our community needs and wants, and what kind of makes them tick. I've spent a decade plus trying to do my best to understand that, while also acknowledging I don't have the first person experience of having gone through military life myself.
What surprised you, would you say, in your learning about about the military? What's kind of put you at, oh wow, I had no idea?
I don't know if these are things I didn't know before, but maybe it's more clear to me now after a decade plus is one, the community is diverse, just like the country and world as a whole. The military community is not one type of person. The first responder community is not one type of person. These are all individual, unique human beings that have different interests and different skills and things that they want to pursue with their lives, in and outside of their job. And I think sometimes that gets lost, where people get kind of pigeonholed as this is what these communities look like. And these are neighbors, these are friends, these are people that you interact and work with in some capacity every single day. Where I live here in San Diego, I'm right next to military housing. And even outside of that, my neighbors are the service community. And these are the families that my kids go to school with, and that I coach for, AYSO soccer. So I think that's one thing, is just the diversity and just human nature of what makes up the service community. One thing that's been really clear, partly because of the nonprofit relationships that we've had over the years, specific to the military community, that I don't think I appreciated as much until I worked at GOVX, is that transition period. So, what life after the military looks like, whether you served 6 years or you served 30 years. It seems to be a pretty universal truth that what comes next is not an easy answer.
No.
And also, on the same path, there are a lot of nonprofits that are focused on how to make that transition better. And that's something I've enjoyed getting to know more, getting to engage with on the nonprofit side is what can GOVX as a retail shopping site do to play a role in helping these nonprofits that are focused on this particular topic, help transitioning service members, again, whether it's after 6 years or 30 years, like how do you figure out what's next?
Let's talk about some of your brands. I mean, you've got a lot of brands. Do you know how many brands you have?
It's somewhere around 3,000 that are on the site. There's over 5,000 that are using GOVX ID on their own site. So I mentioned, we're not ID Me. Brands use our verification product on their own site to gate eligibility.
That is huge, because that again goes to show spouses out there that if your kind of security is being used, outside of GOVX, the brands, just for peace of mind for us. Have you had a brand that's been on GOVX since the get-go and is still on?
Yeah. I mean, I think some of the original ones were like Spy sunglasses. 511 Tactical has been around a very long time. Oakley has been around a very long time. Those are a few that come to mind, and they're still some of the biggest brands we have. I mean, Oakley has not gone out of style for the service community, so we sell a lot of the common thing I hear from people. Back to what I was saying, that some people maybe they created their membership in 2014, and they often I'll hear, I think I bought some sunglasses from you guys once, and there's a good chance that we kind of are known for sunglasses. So some of those brands were some of the original ones, and there are some that probably aren't still around anymore. That some surfboard brands, or skateboard brands that we've kind of moved on from.
How do you get on? How do you get to be a brand on GOVX?
Yeah, I mean, I mentioned it a little bit. Some is we have a team here that's their day in and day out job is reaching out to brands to try to tell the story of. You should support this community, and GOVX is the best platform to do that. Otherwise, brands are reaching out to us, and then from that point, it's it's an evaluation of do we think our members want and need or care about this brand being on there? Is it in a category that's important for us, or is it something that we're missing right now? And then to a degree, there's going to be, can this brand, are they to a size at this point where they can handle fulfilling a number of orders? So that it can be tough sometimes if the brand isn't fully kind of to a stage where they can support getting orders.
I was going to ask you that because I know that obviously you've got some really big brands there, and you've got small and medium sized and small companies. Because I was asked recently by a military spouse, she said, do you think I could sell my stuff on GOVX? And I went, I'm sure everybody could, you just got to get in touch with them. But I know that, obviously there have to be some parameters, but it's not doable. You've just got to be in that, whatever that range is. Do you have military spouse vendors on GOVX? And that's terrible that I've come in here today to interview you to ask you that question. But do you have military spouse vendors?
I mean, we have veteran-owned brands, spouse-owned brands. I don't have a list off the top of my head. I wasn't prepared for it, but I just got back from a convention a week or two ago. It was firefighter based, but there was a lot of veteran community presence there as well, and a lot of conversations about this exact thing, like how do I get on GOVX? And again, is this a category that we need some more brands in? Is it something we think our members are interested in? If a company is owned by somebody that's from the community, that's going to definitely give you preference, and something that we would prioritize higher than another brand. So as long as you can kind of check the boxes for what it takes to be on GOVX, that's step one. Of course, we would prioritize you if you're from the community, yourself or as a spouse.
What's the biggest deal on GOVX right now?
Well, we got a lot of good stuff going on this month because, as you know, Military Appreciation Month. So I think this first week or so of the month, there's like one brand per day is significantly discounted. So Danner boots, Oakley, Yeti, Benchmade knives, etc. So that these types of deals are going to be going on throughout the month of May.
What's the favorite thing you've purchased from GOVX?
Let's see. I've got a couple handy Benchmade knives. Being an employee, you get some perks here and there. So I've acquired a number of Yeti items over the course of time. My wife is a big fan of Viore, so San Diego company.
Yeah.
And that has been a popular gift for Mother's Day and birthdays and everything else. And I don't think I'm spoiling it here because she helped make the purchase, but she'll be getting some Birkenstocks. She'll be getting some Birkenstocks for Mother's Day on Sunday too, which is also off of GOVX.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Next for GOVX, is there? Of course, you guys are growing. You're reaching out to the military spouse market. What do you? I mean, people. It's kind of like this standard question that people ask. It's like in 5 years' time, in 3 years' time. I just want to know, by the end of the year, what are your goals to help grow the spouse arena?
Yeah, well, spouses are part of this, but the two main things that my team and company as a whole kind of orient ourselves around is, number one, we want GOVX to be a household name for people that are eligible for it, and there's a ton of stuff that goes into making that happen, but that's like vision number one is, if you qualify for GOVX, you know that we exist.
Yeah.
And just beneath that then is, if you're already a member, that GOVX is top of mind for you. So if there's a moment where you are actually looking to buy something, the thought occurs to you of, I should check GOVX first to see if they have this thing that I'm looking for and a good deal on it. Of course, we all are all shoppers ourselves. We know that comparison shopping happens, price checking, reading reviews, everything that goes into buying something. But at a minimum, we want to have our members think, I should check GOVX to see if they have whatever it is. And so, a lot of what my team on the brand marketing side is focused on is, how can we continue to get the GOVX name, story, message out there, whether that's humorous videos or good copy and emails or a collaboration with a nonprofit for GOVX Gives Back. Like, how do we get this message out and broadcast it as broadly as possible, which, while we're doing that, should also be hopefully reaching spouses, so that we can try to hit the mark on those two main goals.
Now, I hear that as you talk about getting the word out, I heard that you're very good at this because you're the king of LinkedIn.
Yeah, I guess. I'm not personally on social media. Social media is a job requirement, in terms of the Instagrams and TikToks and Facebooks of the world. LinkedIn, I view a little bit differently from a professional standpoint. And I kind of got into it more a couple years ago, I guess, and it does a couple things. I think one is I'm in charge of brand marketing, and within the professional community of LinkedIn, I should be talking about what our brand is doing. And like you have said already, we are doing more and more stuff. We are out at events. We are doing sponsorships. We're making TV commercials. We're supporting nonprofits. We have a lot of good stuff to talk about, which makes it easier to post about, to post something on LinkedIn. It's also, for me, it's a good way of record keeping. Like when it's time to, we have a monthly all hands company meeting. We have quarterly board meetings, things like that. And I need to go back and say, what are the things we accomplished last quarter, last month. I've got a running list with pictures. That is,
that's a good idea.
I don't need to go back and try to dig anything up. It's like, here's the picture I need. Here's what we did on which date. So it's I am not a person to kind of want to be front and center. It's a part of my job that I need to be when it's necessary, and posting stuff on LinkedIn has been a way to kind of do that.
I love your posts. I do.
Thanks. Like I said, it makes it easier when you get to post pictures of being at a NASCAR race or a Spartan race or a bull riding event. So.
I know. My last question to you today, because I know you're really busy. If there is somebody from the military community that is listening today and they haven't logged on to GOVX, that haven't gone to the website, what do you want to say to them?
Well, go to the site and check it out, because if it's been a while, then I say this every event we're at. When I get this feedback, is we have grown a lot. There's if the last time you looked at the site was even 2 years ago, there's a lot more on there now than there used to be. Mm-hmm. And we're doing the best we can every day to make sure that the deal on whatever it is you're looking for is as good as it can be. But I think people will be surprised at the breadth of what's on the site. And then beyond that, we do the advertising, we do commercials, we send emails, all that. Far and away, not even close, the number one way that people tell us that they heard about GOVX was from a friend.
Yes.
Whether that's somebody they work with or a family member or their neighbor, word of mouth it's not even close.
Yeah.
It's a vast leader compared to TV advertising, social media, all of that. So once you've revisited the site and you've discovered what you've been missing out on, tell somebody about it.
See, it's really that simple, people. Your call to action today, 2 things. Go to the GOVX website, go check it out. Number 2, follow me at The Goode Show. Aaron, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It has been a pleasure.
Yeah, always.
Thanks for tuning in to The Goode Show. If you loved what you heard, follow me on Instagram at The Goode Show.